Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Zombies, the reanimated series. But well, I could have included this as normal in my run of Halloween, run up to Halloween, the 13 days of Halloween specials and series and things like that. But I was told there was going to be like a Halloween special with the reanimated series. It turns out it's just another episode. It's like a double it's a full 24-minute special episode. Normally these reanimated series episodes contain two short episodes in one, so it's the first. So I ended up watching the first episode, and that's 25 minutes long, and then I went all the way down to, come on, Screenbrook, which is newly added. And I think this and a bunch of things after that, 23 minutes long. So, come on, keep going. So, I thought it was going to be a separate entity, but I ended up now being able to check this both off in one. So, yeah, this was actually the last thing listed in the list because it's zombie, Z. And in this series, we get to see the cast of characters you know and love from the Zombies films, and you get to see them in animated form, which means as long as the actors live, they can age into infinity, and they will still be singing and dancing, but in a studio booth where they will remain eternally young. So, yeah, and I imagine that, though, if Milo Manheim and Meg Donnelly decide, hey, we're going to do this until we're like 75, their voices might change a little bit. I have a feeling there might not be a demand for this series 75 years later, but you never know. Zombies, the Zombies 47. That was actually a joke in the Halloween holiday thing. Yeah, that was actually a joke a couple things ago. Okay. What we get here in the very first episode is two stories, and one, it just sort of introduces us to something that that justifies its existence. So what we have is all the characters. By the way, they graduated, didn't they, in Zombies 3 at the end? And that's where Addison learned her origin. If you don't know, everybody is something in this except for Trevor Tordman, who plays Bucky. He's just like this flamboyant, full of himself kind of guy. But he's likable to a degree, but he becomes the bad guy in a number of situations, but never so threatening that he can't just dance his way out of it. So what we have is, if you don't know already, Addison is 1/4 alien. So just so you're aware, this show is called Zombies, the movie series franchise, and now animated series franchise spin-offs. Zombies, and then there's humans, of course. Humans, zombies, werewolves, aliens, and I think with this series, it introduces us to witches. And our main witch, who runs a shop, as we discover in the second story, which features the Zoda storyline, Margaret Cho. And again, she plays a woman who's kind of gothy, kind of witchy, has potions and whatever. She has a cursed thing that Milo takes I keep calling him Milo. His name is Zed. Zombie. That Zed takes advantage of. And so I don't know if that's the first time she's appeared, because I haven't seen all the animated episodes, and I haven't seen all the shorts, and I've seen all the movies now. So yeah, this might be her first appearance, but she looks like a teenager like everybody else. So I can't tell. And Margaret Cho is definitely an adult in the room, where everybody else is eternally teenagers. It seems like it. Margaret Cho's the adult, and there's a coach in this, and a principal who's just an awful woman. She's a pleasant woman, but she's usually tends to do things that serve her purposes. And the coach, who is just a little bit too intense in overseeing what the kids are into. So yeah, what we have in the first episode is the premise that they love doing their senior year so much they're gonna do it again, because it would be too complicated to reset the animated series where they're all going off to college and doing things separately. And of course, in this one, we also have Willa. It's Willa? No, it's Eliza. It's Eliza, played by Kylie Russell. Kylie Russell actually appears. Again, she's just recording from a booth where, recording her voice. But in the third film, I believe her character didn't come back except through a TV screen. Like, she wouldn't be in the same room with everybody. I don't know it could have been COVID. I don't know, but it could have been, there was reasons. So, but now her character is fully back, and they even mentioned, oh, you're back from that thing you did. Now she can be dancing and singing on screen with her other animated castmates without ever actually being in the room with them. I don't know. So yeah, you get all the same actors. As far as I can tell, everybody is back. There are some that I think appear, but you do not hear their voices. Like, there's a little girl, I can't remember her name, but she was very little in the first film. She's probably grown up now. Her voice has changed, and she can no longer play a little girl. So either they have to recast, and I don't know what the consequences of that would be. There might be people just freaking out, like, how dare you recast this girl? I don't know. There might be because I think she, in this slideshow I'm looking at, I think she does appear in some of these episodes. I don't know. And also Margaret Cho, her voice sounds younger in this animated series, but I don't know. So what we get here is just them going through, and again, it's just a vehicle to say, look, all the characters are in the same place. They're still going to have high school adventures. In fact, because of them redoing their senior year, I don't know if everybody is aware of it, except for the kids that we know, the main characters. And they're kind of just slacking, like Zed and his best buddy, Eliza, are just slacking off. Just watching movies in English class or whatever, because it's a free year and they can just sing and dance all they want. It's just the way it is. And then people but the thing is, at the same time, now that everybody's sort of stabilized and everybody's friends, and now the alien people are hanging out with them, Addison can start learning alien stuff. So she starts going to alien school, and it's a tad overwhelming. So a little bit too little, a little bit too much at the same time. They're trying to find equilibrium. And that's what the first part of the first episode is all about. The second one is the principal takes away all the soda, and the kids are like, no, how could you take away all of our favorite soda? But I mean, these are all low stakes kind of adventures here. And that's what you can do with, 15-minute, less like 12-minute animated stories. It's no longer end of the world kind of thing. It's no longer who am I in this world kind of things, which was what the premise of every zombie film is about. It's cultures clashing, people treating each other as equals despite being different. Those are the messages of the zombie films. You look different. You come from somewhere different. So we shouldn't hate each other. That's the point of the zombies films. And then also when it comes to discovering new cultures like the werewolves, or just finding out where you come from, why you're so different. And Addison, turns out she understands that she's an alien. So all of it through song and dance, all those kind of big issues are resolved. Here we have a story about Zed making the best soda possible, but in order to do so, he finds kind of a witchcrafty type chick played by Margaret Cho, who gives him a curse, a cursed spell that will allow him to make the tastiest beverage possible, but then turns everybody into Zoda zombies. So there is irony that is mentioned many times, and so I actually like these animated things in some ways more than the film, because when you have the film, you have to spread it out over 90 minutes or more ish, and you have bigger issues to deal with, and you have the romance part of it, you have the drama part of it, there's comedy, of course, but when you have animation, you can just, everything is much faster, the jokes come faster, you can do things, obviously, special effects wise, that don't seem so absurd. If you did the slapsticky stuff they do in these animated shows, it wouldn't go as well in the live action. So it's understandable. So you get a higher level of comedy, or a higher amount of comedy, I should say. I don't know if it's higher in quality, but it to me it's funny. And there's a lot of just the way these actors deliver the lines, and just, I mean, understand, Meg Donnelly plays Addison, and she's the pretty girl, the main blonde pretty girl character that, we get the lead female character in all these different big musical franchises from the Disney Channel, whether it's, Beach Party, or what was it? I already forgotten. High School Musical and things like that. And Descendants. You always have the strong female lead that, if she got a little bit weird, she wouldn't be, I guess, as accessible to the girls watching it. I don't know. But here, Meg Donnelly gets to be weird. Her character gets so weird at times. And that's where I'm leading into with the Screambrook Holiday, the Halloween special, which premiered just this month. And this is a full-length, 23-minute full-length episode where there's a number of elements. So we're already, by the way, they're already redoing their senior year, but in this, we get the witchy girls. I think her name's Ashley. She nicknames herself Slashly for the episode. And she decides to play with the butterfly effect by changing one small thing that takes us all the way back to the very first time Addison and Zed met in the closet at school, the janitor's closet at school, where they first locked eyes and started the whole Zombies franchise. So we get the aliens resetting the timeline, but in this we get a what if story, kind of like the Marvel what if thing. What if things didn't go the way we expected them to in the first Zombies movie? And of course everything goes to hell right away. It's just chaos. The humans against the zombies, and then the werewolves show up and nobody knows who they are. Like, why do they interrupt our dance battle? By the way, understand, when I'm saying they go to war, they resolve their problems through dance battles. They know what they're making fun. They're making fun of themselves. It's not making fun, but they know what they're doing. The audience gets it. They can joke about themselves. And then the aliens show up and everybody's affected by this butterfly effect. Will it all end up the same way, the way we originally know, even though it's taken a different path? Well, you have to watch to find out. It is absolutely silly, and yes, they do break the fourth wall at some point by making a reference to their movie franchise and spin-off series. And so, yeah, to me, this, I know there's a lot of people who are like, oh, the Zombies isn't like my thing as much as, say, Descendants or High School Musical or Teen Beach thing. I like the Teen, now I can't remember the name, but it's Teen Beach thing, and that's an alternate reality thing too. So, in time travel, but with song and dance. Why can't I remember the name? It's Teen Beach and Teen Beach 2. Yes. Some people are not. I mean, a lot of them started with High School Musical when they were kids, and then they grew up, and they're like, by the time the zombies came along, they're just like, I got to go to college, and I guess maybe it didn't really hit them the same way. But I have no such constraints in taste or time because, I got to watch all these things because that's what the randomizer tells me to do. But yeah, the animation is fantastic. It's maybe it's not my favorite style of animation, but it's fantastic and it's perfect for this storytelling. It keeps these characters forever young, and we don't have to worry about, what are they going to do in college, or where are they going to go? They're going to get a job at a fast food joint, or what are they going to do? No. This just keeps you in that realm that we already know and love, with the same characters you know and love, and you get to see lots of just weird stuff, and the actors get to be almost parodies of themselves, but at the same time, you know that's always weirdo, but I love the fact that Meg Donnelly gets to really stretch her legs in this and be literally a cartoonish version of Addison. So, and it sounds like I'm the oldest fan of this series, but I'm not. I haven't watched all of them, but I think I'm going to watch these they're not shorts. I think I'm going to watch this series. I have watched the shorts that came up months ago, if not a year ago, but I think I'm going to watch these when I get time. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna show you. Marking it off. Yeah, I never thought I'd say I'd do that. Why am I holding this again? I did this yesterday. I already know what we're watching tomorrow. It's part of the 13 days of Halloween leading up to it, because next year I might not be doing the daily thing because there might not be enough stuff. We may have watched everything on Disney Plus by this time next year, except for the random, maybe like a 2 or 3 things a week that'll be added here and there. Disney will always be adding more stuff, but will it be enough for me to continue all the way through year 6? We'll see. So tomorrow we're going to have a very different type of episode. It's going to be probably the only documentary entry in the Halloween thing. No, it's the second one, because the other one was with witches. This one is about the paranormal state. That's what it's called, Paranormal State. I'm going to watch one episode of that, and it's going to be like ghost hunters and stuff like that. People dealing with the supernatural. So there we go. We're going to watch Paranormal State tomorrow in the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that.